We had, now if we read our instructions, the instructions say HCl in the burette, and in the conical flask, which is going to be pipetted up, is going to be sodium carbonate. So again, we fill him up. Now remember, with this one here, make sure you tap shut. Okay, probably really should have almost a waste beaker sitting below it. Okay. Now I'm going to sort of overfill it just a bit above the top. Alright. One of the common errors there, and technique we'd mark you on here, is that you leave it in there and you start the titrate. Just a bit of a technique idea. Take it out. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to get, I think this was...
That's the water.
That was the still water. That's fine. Thank you. So this is my waste beaker. That's okay. So what I want to do now is make certain... Now remember I said with these burette holders, is they're not sort of exactly upright. So you can see my meniscus is a little bit of a... there. Okay, so I just need to move it a little bit, but I need to get onto eye level. Okay? You might need to maybe stand on a chair or something there if you're quite small. Okay? I don't think any of us... I think we'll all be right with that, girls. Okay? Alright, so our desks are quite low. Okay, so what I'm going to now do is just looking at to drop it down right at the top. Now it doesn't really matter if I drop it too far. Hopefully I'm below the bottom. Bang, okay, that's right. The bottom of the meniscus is going to sit on that top line, okay? So the level looks like it's above it a little bit, right? The bottom of the meniscus on the top line. Okay, that's ready to go. Alright, we can basically get ready. Now, when we would do this in a result table, it's not good enough just to say how much you've added. I always want you to say what's the starting, bless you, what's the starting volume. So your starting volume here would be 0 mils, alright? But it might be, if you started down there, 1 mil, doesn't matter. But you need to have the starting volume. Okay, we've done that. We've now then been asked to pipette in 25 mils. So I'm going to use my sodium carbonate, and I'm going to pipette in 25 mils. Alright, so again, push this on just to get it a seal. You don't need to push it right in there. They seal quite nicely, don't have to go too far. Okay. Alright, so we've evacuated it there. We're now going to suck up a pipette up 25 mils for the bulb pipette. Noticing the line is up here. Alright, so we're just going to do that there. Remember what will happen if I pull my nib out of the water, the top of the pipette out of the water, I will get air bubbles in there. And I then need to get rid of the air bubbles, otherwise it'll affect my volume. So just be careful of that. Okay, so suck him up a little bit in advance, that's it. Bit up the top is what you want. Okay, now again, with the bulb pipette, you'll see that there's a line, just like a little volumetric flask. I need to drop that down. Okay, now this is where you're going to sort of fiddle for a bit, because it's a little bit harder to let it go down there. So, on the evacuate there, I'm going to just gently... Okay, you can see there, it's quite fiddly to actually get it down there. Okay, that's about right. If there's a drop hanging out, just leave it there. Okay, so that is basically on your 25 mils. Now you girls will find I dropped in too much. Okay, so you'll be there to suck up a bit more. Okay, alright, so we're going to now pipette this in into our conical flask. Can somebody tell me, what did I say on Friday is that we're going to do with the spare drops that are in the bottom of the... Right, so it is important there, is on that last little bit there, I'm going to touch the top of the pipette against the glass beaker. See how there's some water, there's some sodium carbonate still left in there? That's taken into account, but I just basically make certain I touch, and there was a little drop fall through. So you see there might be a smidgen of sodium carbonate in the bottom, that is taken into account in the volume. The volume is calibrated to work out, yes, there will always be a little bit there. So don't worry about saying there's an error. That's taken into account. Okay, you have your 25 mils here. You're going to put that one down for a sec. Okay, you're just about ready to run. Last thing is you're going to put in your indicator. Be consistent. If you're going to go 4 each time you're going to use it. Or 5, okay. You don't need to put in, I don't want to put in 10 mils of this, because the indicator itself is an acid-based chemical. It will affect my answer. That's why I put in a smallish amount. Okay, so again I'm just going to go 4 or 5. 4, I'm going to be consistent. Okay, noticing that the white background enables me to get a better comparison of the colour, so that's why I use that. Sometimes, some of us might even find to read off this answer here, it might be easy to put a white, just put your filter paper up there. right? And that's a nice technique as well to sort of read off exactly where it is, okay? So don't forget that there the white piece of paper would be fine down here as well. All right, again, if you're a right-hander like me, left hand over, and I'm going to swirl with my right hand. And I'm going to stop the minute I get a colour change that is permanent, okay? And this is it. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Now the first one's usually what we call a rough one. In other words, we just want to get a bit of a ballpark how much we're going to use. We'll probably throw this value away and not use it, but it's called our rough titration to work out about how much we're going to add. All right? Now, obviously I'm yellow here, and with methyl red I'm going to go orange, so it's subtle, okay? You might even find it might be even nice to even get like a little bit of the indicator just in some sodium carbonate here to notice that that's yellow, so you could compare, okay? Phenolphthalene's a lot easier because it's pink or either it's clear. Alright, I'm just going to add in enough there, and again, depending on my concentration, okay? Alright. We're starting to see, I'm not seeing that too well there, breaking the rules. All right. We're still yellow. See how it's starting to go a bit sort of pinkish when I drop it in?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you know I'm getting close. Now again, this is a rough one. So what you want to do is work out approximately the volume you're going to use to drop it down. Because then you can be a lot quicker. Yeah? See how it's still gone? If you did not stir that, you would assume, oh, that's it. All right? So again, this is a rough one. And I'm going to go over it just to get approximately... Yeah, I'm very close there, ladies. Okay? So this is why you must stir, because otherwise you will stop.
That's a dark.
It's a darker yellow.
Okay. All right. I think that's orangey, yeah? Okay. So this first one would be my rough titration. So I had 0. If you come down here to eye level here, you've got about 32. So you know, so on your next go, so you can then throw this one out, and you write down, so you're going to do about 4 goes. You should do a minimum of 3. Your first one is a ballpark figure to give you an idea, otherwise you're going slow, 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 and you're waiting until Christmas, all right? So basically you're going to put down your rough titration. I may not use this value, so initial volume 0, final volume 32 mils, volume added 32 mils, all right? So, you do the whole thing over again, and you know, again, you've got to put in about 32 mils. The only one problem there with my solution there, I have to fill up my burette again with my acid. Okay? So, down the drain, you're ready to go. You can put a little bit of water in here. Remember I said, wash them out there, that's fine. It's not going to affect your answer. Right.